Greeting interwebs, it is Jackie K. Welcome for some more Halloween Cup goodness. Last time, got a 5 out of 5er with the good old Jack Skellyon team. I would do a little teaser of can lightning strike twice or something like that. But let's be real here. I've lost way too many off screen. There's no way I'm going to get that lucky. Especially with a different team. So I think it's time for Team Full Moon to get a little bit of a redemption. For those of you who don't remember, Full Moons consists of Beedrill, Shell Gardevoir, and Umbreon. It's just something thematic about playing around with Shadow Pokemon for the Halloween Cup set. It honestly makes me wish that I could find more opportunities to squeeze Shadow Pokemon in, but a lot of them actually don't rank too high, and it's a little hard to... It's a huge investment for something that's experimental. Like, if I'm going to be experimenting around with fun picks that aren't super meta relevant, I'd rather do it with, like, more budget Pokemon, if you know what I mean. So I may regret not going for the shield right then, but I did take it just fine. Umbreon's a bulky boy. And actually, like, I started to realize why this Umbreon decided to stay in. Called my buff of not having any bug-type moves on my bug poison type. I guess that's the downside of, like, following the meta a little too closely. You become a little bit predictable. Shadow Stung Take. Definitely wanted to put the pressure of a drill run on that thing. Not even sure if I got a Pokemon. Ooh, you know what? Maybe this is the perfect opportunity for a Charm. Regrets were made. Regrets were highly made. You know what, I'm thinking I'm just going to call my losses ahead, save my shield for Pokemon later on. If I get one more drill run off, though, it'd be worth it. Even if I'm stuck down to one Pokemon. So, we'll give it a shot. And fun. I think I lost chat, at least on the preview. I'll keep an eye on the Twitch side and see if it's still going there. I mean, hey, I took out the Skunk Tank down to one Pokemon. And it's an Umbreon Diddle, so there's problems to that. I guess we'll see if this Umbreon has Last Resort. And that alone will make a huge difference of if we pull through or not. Yeah, might get whittled down a little bit faster here. Interesting play. I'm curious to see how it plays out. Swiftly switching into a Pokemon that's actually weak to my Dark-type moves. I guess there might be some novelty towards saving the Pokemon so can just wall my hits for the end. Maybe they don't know if I have Last Resort in return. I'm not sure if that would really matter. Maybe they're just thinking, like, this is their last Pokemon, so, like, shields aren't really going to matter. You know, I just realized what they're up to. They got Icy Wind. Or not. They could just be going for this because this actually will do more damage than the Umbreon would. And probably have hopes that they'll lower my health down to a range where they can finish me off. Hopefully I can, like, take advantage of the fact that I was able to get a little extra energy from that battle and get rid of their last shield. So I was really hoping this to even things up, but I think their Last Resort would finish me off. It was just barely a win. Or they could go for the Dark Pulse. I mean, they still beat me with the Dark Pulse, so that's probably the smarter play, but nevertheless. Okay. Little rocky of a start, but it's early on in the set, so that just means we have plenty of time to improve. I do gotta admit, I was caught a little off guard by one. I think it's the first Golurk that we've seen all set. You can tell I'm caught off guard because I did a dumb and swapped right into the good Pokemon right away so they could swap into a counter. Not exactly sure yet how Crow will be a counter, but I mean, it can have Acid Spray. So that alone will probably, like, be a problem for Umbreon, because, like, since Umbreon's whole freaking gimmick is being a tank, and those defense drops will definitely add up by the time I can take care of it. Nevertheless, I can take this hit no matter what it is, so I'm just gonna see if they try to bait a shield out of me. Yep, what did I tell ya? Oh, fun. That is a harshly dropped defense drop, too. Now that their strategies come clear, that they played the cards I expected they had in their hands. You know, I was expecting them to use a shield up here, specifically because of that, but I mean, like, weakening my Umbreon so you could bring in the bug type is a solid strategy in and of itself. I'm a little hesitant to swap, because I think enough the timers cool down enough that they could just swap into the counter themselves. We'll see how this plays out. Oh yeah, they had the Golurk, and I was specifically saving Umbreon for that. Gardevoir might be good neutral damage against it, though. Besides, Beedrill could probably do better against another Beedrill than it can against a Golurk. Speaking of which, we're going to find out just how good Beedrill is against a Golurk. Though I am tempted to, like, bring Gardevoir out here while the Poison type is at bay. Yikes and yikes, you know what? I should have brought Gardevoir in sooner. Like, wow, that was a single charm, people. A single charm did that much damage to the Golurk. You know, I actually feel pretty confident that it's not guaranteed, but Gardevoir could sweep this team from this range. It depends on how much energy they've been saving in their back pocket. And this is the awesome thing about Charm. Just having a move that can just bypass their shields. Kind of, it's exactly like how people like me, who can be a little stingy with their shield sometimes, if you hide a Charmer, or even like a Victory Bell, a Shadow Victory Bell with a move like Razor Leaf, you can pull off some fun surprises on your opponent in the end. At least Shadow Victory Bell with Razor Leaf is just the closest comparison I can think of to a Charmer. Now, this is going to be a fun deal, and by fun, I mean, I'm not sure why I haven't swapped out yet, just besides being stingy. Surprised I lost the CMP tie. I hate to, but I probably should shield because of that. Now I feel like I gotta commit, though, because they're going to shield me back, and even though I don't think I can beat them to the second one, we can at least put the pressure on them. We'll see. Maybe if I'm, like, got my finger on here, I can beat them this time. Nope. I thought this Beedrill I'm using is pretty good. But, you know what? It's attack base for CMP tie. Maybe this Beedrill is actually more attack oriented, which overall would mean my Beedrill's... You know, you may remember the whole thing about Great League Pokemon and how a lot of times you just want, in order to get the most stats in the CP limit, you often want to stock their IVs more towards the HP and defense rather than attack. Yeah, that's the downside of that particular strategy. Ooh, fun. Like, I think I even had the opportunity to not lose that switch advantage, and I went, let's go Umbreon anyways. And you know what? They stacked up on fairy types in the back, so I don't think it matters. I think we're in trouble either way. I mean, I have to shield. I guess it wouldn't really matter, because, like, Charm is just gonna whittle me away anyways. And this is super greedy because of that. Like, I was trying to save the Shadow Ball for Wigglytuff, because I didn't think that they would want to use their shield when the Zoomer was so weak. But I probably should have just gone for that anyway, because if they didn't shield, then I would at least be able to get rid of the Zoomer a lot quicker. Alright, I guess we're just going to come down to last resort spamming and see if we can outpace Charm. And I'll bet you, metaphorical $5 that Charm outpaces us. Because it's Charm. And, I mean, they have a shield too, still. Nevertheless, I'm going to try my best. try to get whatever we can off on this dude. Do that. All the gems. I mean, like, if we get 2 more last resorts, we can win, but, like, we're already in the red health range. And just now got to the last resort. Well, that's disappointing. Now I got myself wondering how much closer this battle would be if I just frickin' went for the Shadow Ball a little sooner. And just to rub the assurance of victory in their favor, charge move, play rough, right at the very end. Ah well. Really want to try out this new team, but for the sake of content, I committed, so I'm going to stick with this team a little bit longer. Okay. Ho ho ho. Little early there, dude. Gramble. At least I think we got a good lead going for us now. Resisting that charm, I kind of feeling that would come. And got a perfect swap opportunity for Umbreon. I have seen Alolan Marowak run Flame Wheel once, but I have seen it. And I bring it up because, like, if they have the typical Bone Club Shadow Ball set, we're good. But I'm just waiting for that one Alolan Marowak that actually bothers to have Flame Wheel for one of its moves instead. I don't think it'll hurt that much more, but it'll actually be significant damage instead of, like, Bone Club damage. Like, it'll probably be like double Bone Club damage. It'll be like normal Shadow Ball damage, but a tiny bit larger. Yep. Thanks for revealing your entire moveset to me, dude. No worrying about Flame Wheel on this guy today. I should watch my health because I am getting... Shadow Ball did do a chunk of damage even though I resist it. Or at least enough that, like, I should start worrying about shielding there at least. Otherwise, I'm just going to get whittled away so slowly that I don't even realize that I'm in trouble until it's too late. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't you dare charm away my lovely dark type when I have so much energy in the bank. You think you can just sneakily sneak your charmer in there when I'm not expecting it? Nope, I'm prepared for that mess. Maybe the Sludge Bomb was a little too obvious, but I think we're kind of... I was going to say, I think we're at a point where, like, we can just fast move and win, but I don't think I want to waste my shield. I think Princess Amagi here can, like, take care of it without going for too much trouble. We'll just charm whatever they decide to bring in next and hope we can whittle it down a bit. And I guess it comes down to Umbreon from here. Which is a problem because... I let Umbreon get a little too weak, not really being prepared for whatever last Pokemon may be. Ugh. Remember when I was just talking about how you could do some surprises with people holding onto their shields if you have a Charmer or something similar hiding in the back? Well, looks like I gotta taste my own medicine now. You know, what is with everyone wearing this Isle of... or Town Tundra? Got my DLC mixed up a little bit there. Okay, not gonna make the same... You know what? I'm just gonna stay in, because I just realized Shadow Gardevoir is not gonna be much better. Beedrill, I can at least Drill Run and put some shield pressure on. A little bit sucky, because, like, I feel... the fast move... there's a slight chance they could just farm me with fast moves. I'm half tempted not to shield whatever they decide to bring out, just in case they decide to do that. I mean, at least I'm gonna either get a solid amount of damage off here and now, or get rid of both shields before the first Pokemon even leaves the field. And they're gonna waste their energy before I go down. I mean, it's not completely wasting because they get to keep the switch advantage this way, and it's just Bone Club. But I think this is actually good range for Amagi. Downside is, like, if they got something to counter me, like a... I was gonna say a Victory Bell again, but it's just a Beedrill. I mean, this isn't any better. But yeah, sure, go ahead, waste your energy. Like, I am playing a lot on Umbreon, but I think I got it because, like, Gardevoir wasn't going to do anything against that Beedrill. I think it's just time that I shield whenever they decide to attack me, even if it's something super baity, because I don't want to find myself in a situation where can't freaking use my shields because all they just do is charm. Yeah, I just was getting tempted to ignore my own advice. And yeah, here we are. Of course the last Pokemon would be a Shiftry. Now I kind of wish I saved both shields, because with Last Resort, I cannot last a Shiftry, but I mean, they got Leaf Blade. It's probably not that much better. Sludge Bomb is a powerful move from what I recall, so it's probably better that I shielded that. Because this guy's probably got Leaf Blade and Foul Play. I resist a Foul Play, and Leaf Blade, well, that is a good chunk of damage. That is kind of weak compared to what Foul Play would do in a normal neutral situation. Do I shield? Or do I save it for the Beedrill? I can't. The problem is that if I let myself get too weak, then the Beedrill is just going to finish me off with fast moves. Did I make a mistake? I think we're going to find out. Good news, I got like halfway up to my Snarl. Also good news, the Beedrill was weak enough that I didn't need to use a charge move, because I just realized if I had to use a charge move to win, then that would have been a loss because they still had that shield in the back. Okay, that's 2 battles out of 5. That's 1 more battle than I thought I won. Not enough for the Pokemon prize, unfortunately. But hey, like, we're at least getting TMs to make up for all the fast and charge TMs I'm trying to burn on Halloween Cup, because I got absolutely nothing else to use them on. And, like, points for rating is rating. Especially with the fact that, like, I wasn't, for some reason I was expecting Halloween Cup to be only 1 day. Probably because I got it mixed up with Flying Cup. And it kind of worked against me because I was expecting to have a little bit of time with the normal Great, Ultra, and Master Leagues before they swapped over to Season 5. But I think, like, Halloween Cup just goes for the entire duration of the remaining time in Season 5. You know, why am I speculating? We have a tool in Go Battle League that lets us do just that. I think I scroll down here a little bit. Ends in 9 days, 20 hours. I think Halloween Cup goes exactly a week. It's been a few days already. Actually, it's almost been a week already. So yeah, I guess we do have at least a week with the normal rule set. Which works out perfectly because that'll hopefully give me enough time to have all the fun I want with Halloween Cup. And still be able to do the matches that I'm hopefully, hoping will bump me up to the rating that I desire to beat. So that's all for this particular set. Those of you watching on post, so hope to see you for the next one. Take care. Oh shoot, I just realized this whole time I forgot to take away the setup screen.